And now it's time for This Week in Walkens World. And here's your host, Christopher Walken.
Have no fear. Okay, maybe a little fear. Chris Walken's here. Welcome to This Week in my world. I hope you had an enjoyable, 7 days. I don't know how many hours that is. I can't do multiplication. I have a 6th grade education. I don't know my times tables. I never did them. I was thinking today, wouldn't it be great if I could turn back time? Not like the Cher song, I don't want to dress in a thong and go on and sing to a bunch of Navy boys on a boat. That's not my style. I was just thinking about, if I could turn back time and get the roles that I didn't land. What if Chris Walken was in movies you would never expect him in? And I made a list of a few films that I think I should be in, but I'm not. But next time you watch them, you're going to think, oh, that should be Chris. Let's start off with one I'm sure you all know, Star Wars. I should have been Han Solo. I would have had a movie career. Anyway, Harrison Ford got the part. I'm upset.
He got the part. I didn't get the part. I'm better.
I could have said, all those lines better. I think the role would have suited me. Hokey religions and ancient magic ain't no match for a blaster at your side. I mean, that's me. That's Chris Walken doing it. Harrison Ford sucks. I don't like him. He took all these roles from me. Indiana Jones, that could have been me. Sean Connery could have been my dad. Blade Runner, American Graffiti, 6 days, 7 nights. I mean, if that were me, I'm pretty sure Anne Heche wouldn't be a lesbian right now. Just kidding. I probably wouldn't have done anything, but I probably wouldn't have crashed a plane. It would have been like 6 hours, 7 minutes, and I wouldn't have died. Or jumped off cliffs, because people do that in that movie. How about Air Force One? I would have been a much better president fighting terrorists on my airplane. First of all, once again, a movie with planes and Harrison Ford. I think I just don't like planes. I'm not a big fan. I like to fly, but I'd much rather, trek cross country on a unicycle. Something that takes a little time, the more time, the more reward. So, onto the list. I should have been in other movies, I think in Batman, I should have been Joker. Imagine, I know Jack, he's great, but I could have done it better. And I think, I look better with green hair. And I could have been, you have a dance
with the devil in the pale moonlight.
The Godfather, I could have been Don Corleone. It would have been great. How about The Matrix? I could have been Morpheus. I'm not black, but I could have done it. The Matrix is everywhere. It's all around us. Even now, in this very room, you can see it when you look out your window, or when you turn on your television. You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church,
when you pay your taxes.
It's the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth. Or I could have been Neo. Listen to this. Whoa. That's the whole movie right there. That's me. That's Walken. How about The Shining? I could have played Jack Torrance. The scene where they're in the stairs. Have you ever had any single moment's thought about my responsibilities to my employers? Has it ever occurred to you that I have agreed to look after the Overlook until May the 1st?
Does it matter to you at all that the owners
have put their complete confidence and trust in me? That I have signed an agreement, a contract, in which I have accepted that responsibility. And if I were in that movie, I probably wouldn't get locked in a pantry and get beaten with a baseball bat. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have died outside in a freezing cold. I would have finished the job. What about Forrest Gump? I could have been, Forrest. Forrest Gump. It's a household name. Chris Walken, that's a household name. It would be, at least, if I were in all of these movies that I'm telling you about. How about The Terminator? I understand, that I don't exactly have the Arnold Schwarzenegger physique, to say the least. But I got the attitude. I could have just, in Terminator 2, I could have said, hasta la vista, baby. My CPU is a neural net processor, a learning computer. I could have done that. I don't get it. How about Silence of the Lambs? Hannibal Walken. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti. Think about that, Clarice. I think one thing that people miss about Chris Walken is that he wasn't in these movies. If I was, think about all the posters that little girls would have of me on their walls. Chris Walken wearing Calvin Klein underwear, posing. I'd be in Teen Beat magazine, Tiger Beat, I don't even know what it is. But I'd have little girls, talking to me all the time, calling me up, say, Chris, take me out to dinner. But I'm not going to, you're 12. So anyway, I hope you had enough time to think about Chris Walken being in your favorite movies. From now on, whenever you see Batman the Godfather, you're going to see Chris Walken. So it's kind of like I'm already in these movies.
And that was This Week in Walkens World on High Noon Friday, every Friday on WCBF and WDVL.